Everybody, it's Victor. It's time to eat and run here. The Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Saturday, Mosh Pit. We did have another video across 3,000 likes now. 5 like streak goals down so far into the new like streak goal, which people don't even know yet. So thank you all very much for all that support thus far. Here's your hilarious meme of the day. It's been a while since we had a good old-fashioned, by God, it's Pin meme. But there you go. Sent in here by, I'm going to say Ballas1 on the subreddit. I think it's Ballas or Bali. Ballas is one. That thread was, it's Pin. By God, it's Pin. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. Pin is, you don't mess with the champ. He's the people's champ. We all know it. Thank you very much, Ballas. Oh, okay. Seed Day's going to be, I just saw our cheers rate. Whiskey Tango, Echo November, Bravo, Quebec 3. Okay, we got ourselves a Capricorn, which helps us out a little bit more. I'm more encouraged by that. Capricorn being one of the very few true all stats up in the game, other than stuff like Sausage, the Halo. I know there's probably another one or two that I'm always forgetting in there. But yeah, it gives you all stats. SMB Superfan is another one where you get all the stats up, so including the tiers rate, which is very nice. Obviously, we definitely needed some. And even after a Giga Chad item of the all stats up that is Capricorn, we still are sitting at only 2.44 tiers. So now we got something interesting going on right here now. Hell no. We got, I don't know what I'm saying here. We have the D100, which is actually going to be pretty interesting, or the D20, which is going to be pretty interesting in helping us in the early game of this run. If we end up opening a lot of chests or something like that, or maybe even bombing the donation machine, that is something that you can do. That was pure hesitation on my spot, so yep, you can't hesitate. You got to commit to a direction there. Don't go back and forth like I did in this room. Ooh. Okay, so with this golden heart now, this gives us a little bit more. Oh, this is a very short map. Well, actually, no, we haven't even seen the rest of the map yet. What am I talking about? This gives us a little bit more motivation to actually lose this half soul heart right now with the D20 and getting a bunch of money on the ground and then re-rolling it. The best area for us to do this in would actually be the shop. So I think what we need to do, and this is going to seem a little, this is going to seem a little crazy. Is I'm going to deliberately lose this half soul heart while also bombing the donation machine here. I don't know why I said bombing so weird. Because unfortunately I've already taken out the fires. So let's see how much money this gets us. Okay, so we can pick up the burnt penny if we really wanted to. I'm not going to do that though. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to re-roll everything on the ground. Okay, so we got a lot of chests, which is good. We also got a reverse tower card, which gives us a chance to actually get those soul hearts that we just lost back. And we also got a golden chest, multiple golden chests, actually. And, flat file is pretty good in the early stages here. Now, unfortunately, we do not have enough HP to go use the do the sack room shuffle yet. Most likely there's a curse room somewhere around here. No, okay. The sack room shuffle was the one that got the curse room spawn. But that's still fantastic. That was a very solid play. Not only do we get enough money to pay for anything that we want back and put it back into our pockets, but on top of that, we gain the HP that we just lost, and also we get a bunch of other stuff, including this reverse tower card, which allows us to get even more HP back. So at the cost of bombing the donation machine practically in a weird roundabout way, we've gained more soul hearts than we could have bought, which was just one out of there. And we're also leaving with some pickups and utility value. So that's the kind of stuff that you have to think about. It does seem, could we have done it a little bit better? Yeah, we could have saved ourselves half of a soul heart had I left those fires up in the shop, but we didn't. And that was not a play that kind of revealed itself until way after I usually decide whether or not I'm going to bomb the donation machine or not. Or, obviously I don't want to bomb myself, but Yeah, so I'm very satisfied with how that went. We get ourselves a nice, solid tiers upgrade. I was hoping for an HP upgrade there, so we could have maybe gotten a couple of taps on the Sacrum Shuffle, but didn't work out that way, and that's okay. So we're leaving with all of this. All of this. We can even get Fanny Pack. Honestly, that's a good shout right there. Not going to take Wiggle Worm, even though I do like Wiggle Worm. For 6 bombs, we just need 1 cent, so we can actually get that other Soul Heart, which is something I do want. I'm not willing to do it for a... I'm not willing to do it for a Mimic Chest, especially when we haven't been in here yet. There we go. It's worth it for me to use 1 more bomb to see if we can get another nickel, and we did to go to 14 cents. So we might as well just go check to see what's inside the Sacrum real quick. So a very front-loaded, lots of high-effort, early stage gameplay right here, but it absolutely was worth it for us to do all of that stuff, because now we're leaving in a position where we have even more hearts than we started with. On top of that, more money. We got plenty of bombs. We have plenty of keys. We're looking solid here. Super secret room should be there, yeah. And we get more bombs here. A little bit more bomba. Good. So just one play like that can completely change the face of an entire run, and obviously for the better. Left hand, I do like the left hand, but not in this spot. I think actually the free curse rooms are going to be a little bit better than the left hand, so a little bit too early for us to grab that. Okay. Oops, I forgot to take off the text. There we go. Sorry about that. Don't worry about that. Pretty much a terrible, atrocious arcade here, but we are able to get some money out of it, so we actually go back to 15 cents. We can go to the curse room for free thanks to us having the flat file, which is fantastic for us. And look at that, we get even more stuff. Gotta love it. So when do we use the reverse tower card? I think the most obvious question, or the most obvious answer is going to be when we get a double wide room to put it in, like a 2x2. That is the best way to... Actually, it'd be a 4x4. That is the best way to ensure that you get the most surface area to create tinted rocks, or at least give yourself the best chance to get a ridiculous amount of tinted rocks. I absolutely hate that. Every time that we go into a room like that, and there's a mulligan right next to the door, and then it immediately shoots out a pooter that immediately fires, just, it grinds my gears, man. Little Gertie. Come on, little Gertie. Come on down, little Gertie. Now, preferably, this is one of the few times where I'm actually hoping that we get a big room on the second floor before our Devil Deal, because now that we've lost that Soul Heart, we cannot reliably take... We literally cannot take a Devil Deal without dying right now. That's not good. So we have to hope that there's a Soul Heart or Tinted Rock or Big Room, something like that, on the way to the boss room, and also find a Soul Heart in the shop. They might be asking yourself, how come you're not re-rolling up with a D20 a whole lot? And that is because we don't need to. Okay, so we do get a Soul Heart. We also get Black Candle, which is fine by me. Gives us the curse immunity, of course. Also gives us a Soul Heart, which of course is what we're looking for in the first place. So this is not a good room, even though it is a bigger room. This is not a great room for us to roll in with the tower card. Now this room, on the other hand, is, and we're probably not going to find a more better scenario than in the early game than we are right now. So what I'm going to do, ooh, wow, is I'm going to, first off, let's take this cracked key and let's see if there is a red door or a ultra secret room here. There's not. That's fine. Hey, look, this is extra value that we didn't have. All right, we didn't even know we had. So now what we do is we grab these bombs. Clearing these rocks won't matter because the game is hard locked into knowing that there were rocks here previously. So in other words, there will not be more rocks at spawn where we just blew up some rocks. So don't bother trying to clear out the rooms. It will never, ever, ever spawn there. Get 2 tinted rocks. Hopefully they produce some soul hearts. There's 2 of them right there. And we get another one. And is there any more? No, there's lots of pots here. We might as well take a stab at maybe the quarter or something. Okay. Yeah, that was a fantastic, absolute S tier strategy right there. It worked out phenomenally. Better than I even expected. So through some planning and through some luck, we have shaped this run into going from a very bad start with our tears rate to now looking like we are in a dominating position. Super bandage, we get brimstone. I mean, just sign me up, brother. We're looking solid. I don't really want hungry soul. And let's go back and get this heart. We are on a roll, baby. I love brimstone on a Saturday here. Plus, of course, it doesn't kill the spider that was absolutely inside the brimstone beam. All right, so we got brimstone, my favorite item in the game. My favorite item in the game. Definitely don't want to lose this bone heart because we're going to need it for another devil deal. Brimstone obviously is going to scale with, it's one of the best scaling items, even after the inexplicable nerf that they did in Repentance. It still is one of the best scaling items in the game. It hits multiple times on the same target. There's not much more you could really ask for from Brimstone. It's got great synergies with a lot of different items. It is a very flashy, very fun item as well to just absolutely rule over any run that you're in. But it doesn't do much by itself. It is an item that absolutely needs a little bit of help from your stats. Obviously, it can carry you. We all know this. There's nothing wrong with Brimstone just being, again, just being S-tier godlike status item. But it's not the end-all be-all. You do need good base damage. You need good tier effects, something like that that can help modify Brimstone to help it do what it already does, but in an even better way. And high base damage is the perfect thing that we need to have this. Now, our base damage right now is sitting at 4.83 is not good. It's barely, I would say, above average, slightly above average, maybe even, I would say, on par with what we would expect to be on floor 3. A movement speed upgrade, absolutely needed that, 100%. Super Seagram should be here. Gonna go into the shop. I'm not gonna buy battery pack, and we still didn't get a, man, the keepers have been real stingy on the old full charges, or not full charges, but nickels. Not gonna take the death charge that was inside of the super secret room, obviously. Well, Gertie, I like what you're doing. Definitely want some tears rate to increase our charge speed with Brimstone. We get Binky, which is going to do just that. And Succubus and the missing page number 2. We'll take Succubus. I don't mind Succubus, but she's definitely not my favorite. This is where people freak out. They're like, oh, here we go. Invicta just being contrarian on an actual good item with no downside. I didn't say there was any downside. I just said she's not my favorite. She does a great amount of damage, especially she scales very, very well. The damage that she does do is good enough to not, I guess, kind of carry you. It really just kind of depends on your base damage. It's just she's finicky to stand in the aura of, and you also do have to have that good old point that your boy Sinvicta makes every single episode, controlling your outgoing damage. Obviously, there are some things that you don't want it to kill just immediately right off the bat. So you do have to be aware of her positioning, but that's one of the only things that you would have to say that is a slight concern when it comes to Succubus. But it's such a minute concern, it's not even really worth caring about too much, because Succubus is a good item. She does contribute to Conjoined, I believe, but still, you get free damage. You get a boosted damage every now and then. If you're standing inside of her aura, what more could you want? I actually don't think that Cancer is... Cancer only slightly increases our DPS here with Brimstone. I would rather have free... Honestly, I'd rather just have free curse rooms, if I'm honest. Free curse rooms, no spike rocks. Yeah, buddy. Once again, we didn't get a nickel out of these keepers. Now I'm starting to feel a little hard done by this. I am going to take Glowing Hourglass. We'll just see if there's anything else to roll through here. Let's have it. Doesn't really do anything. Okay, so there is Diplopia and a Pandora's Box. But I don't think that's enough for me anyway to warrant... to me, that's not enough to warrant going through all our money and then trying to hunt down other stuff. So we'll take the Glowing Hourglass. We say thank you very much to the D20 for a job well done, hooking us up in that early floor. And that's kind of what the point I was trying to make earlier with the D20 is that the D20, you know, is a fantastic item. Absolutely no problem with it whatsoever. It gives you value where you usually just didn't have any. But it is an item that you don't really necessarily need to or can be carried by, because it's so RNG centric that you don't know if you're going to actually get any proper use out of whatever it drops, right? Whereas something like the D6 can definitely carry you through the entire game. You're always going to have value there, even though yes, technically it is random. It can take bad items and turn them into good items, and consumables can only take you so far as well. Is another thing to just be aware of. I knew it wasn't there. Now, one thing that we can do, this is a nice little luxury that we have with the Glowing Hourglass, is we could also take pills without fear of without fear of actually bad effects. Oh, man. Now, we do need damage. So this is one of the few times where I will actually take False PhD. I think that False PhD is good here because we need it for Brimstone. And then what we can do is if we're feeling like we're ahead, which we are right now, what we can do is we can do the Sac Room Shuffle as well. And if we don't get anything satisfying up until the teleport phase, we can just simply undo it, and then, you know, we can just decide whether or not we want to risk it or just go for broke. Getting some pretty good gains here. I'm just gonna roll with it. So the damage that we've gotten now is permanent. We get Redemption, which is no surprise to anybody, I'm sure. Uriel here, might as well take him down, but I don't want the key. There we go. And we get the Soul Hearts back. Beautiful. Absolutely textbook. Get our very atypical drop of Redemption, which is going to give us some value. Again, this is one of the few times where I don't think the Cancer Trinket is the answer, and we're just going to head on down. The Cancer Trinket, it does break the Tears cap, obviously, and giving us a double charge, or a slightly faster charge, I should say, on Brimstone is very strong. But to me, it's not much... Yeah, we don't have to worry about Mimic Chests. To me, it's not about... It doesn't give you that much more of a DPS increase that justifies it saving dozens of hearts, potentially, of damage from going in and out of curse rooms, from doing a... going in and out of curse rooms, from us... taking damage that we're not trying to take from spike rocks, etc., etc. So I think that Flat File still just wins this one hands down. Now, if we had regular tiers, this would be a different story, but we don't. We have Brimstone. Luck down for damage, absolutely. 5.74 base stats now. Sign me up. Mini chests, little chests, whatever you want to be called. Look, I like you. I like the cut of your jib. You've always been good to us on these runs, all right? What I can't have you doing is just dropping out just random troll bombs. As you see, the game is doing that plenty. What I need you to do is just not do that again. Also, we got another floor where our shop and our item room are adjacent to each other, which is pretty wild, especially considering it's the only other spot that we haven't been on the map. But at the same time, we all know that Sinvicta navigation is definitely a thing that exists for everybody, especially Sinvicta, which is me. Hi, hello, Victa. Okay, so there is a secret room, or there is a shop and an item room somewhere on this floor. It's not going to be in the directions that we're going, but eventually we will find one. So, you know, so 2 floors in a row. The game is what it's trying to do is trying to stall us from going to boss rush at this point. 9 volt just doesn't matter, but I'm just going to take it anyway. Oh, well, I would have bought this first, so we can't cheat like that. We shouldn't know that, or at least I don't think we've seen that pill yet, but we shouldn't be able to see what pill that is. This one we obviously see, but I'm not going to take it because the Tears Down is awful for Brimstone. There's basically no scenario where a Tears Down is good. And the game has successfully, I think, cost us boss rush, unless if I decide to rip this Emperor card, which I am not doing. Unless we get mapping or something like that, there's no way that we make boss rush. We'd have to get supremely lucky. Another Tears up here with some HP. And a Krampus fight, which wastes even more time. Now, we can take a Krampus item, I believe, and it won't affect... will not affect Redemption. I don't think we can take the Dad's... I don't think we can take that, though, because Redemption is very weird when it triggers. There you go, big 1.24 damage upgrade there from Redemption for us denying a Devil Deal. Yeah, and that's what I love about Redemption is that it just gives you so much good value out of bad Devil Deals or Devil Deals that just don't exist. At least you're still getting something. You might be going the right way to the boss, who knows? Need a Thame to take out everything. Thame's got that great AoE that triggers on death. It doesn't have to be anything that we did, it just triggers on death. Are we going in the right way? The Hangman card, which does not help us. The Fool card. Are we actually going to get boss rush? Oh my gosh, we might actually get boss rush. That is insane. That is incredibly lucky. Wow. We even have time to take the boss rush and everything. Empty Vessel and Sanguine Bond. I'd rather honestly just have the flat damage increase from Redemption. Oh, mama. All right. Well, we got Quad Stone now. I do kind of wish that I had Empty Vessel for flying. The Quad Shot Brimstone is quite the combo. Wow, we just get a flat out damage upgrade again. If you're wondering why Redemption hasn't gone off yet, it's because we are still on the same floor that we got it, that we denied the Devil Deal. Although I'm not gonna lie, if I get a chance to go back and get Empty Vessel, I'm probably gonna take it, especially now that we just got done getting some Victor Robes. And are you telling me we got 3 floors in a row that had an adjacent shop and item room together game? Is that what you're telling me? Because that looks like what you're telling me. And that's something I've never seen before. Wow. Okay. That's a first. That's a first in all my years of doing this game. I've never seen a run produce back to back to back adjacent shop and item rooms together. That is that is something right there. Here we go. So we're sitting at now 9.75 unbuffed damage. When I say unbuffed, I mean damage that is unbuffed. That damage that is not being influenced by us standing inside of Succubus's aura. Now the tears upgrade here, which as you see does not have any effect on our tears rate at this point because we have not only quad shot, we also have brimstone to add on top of that. So yeah, but this is the definition of hitting hard but not hitting often. But when you hit this hard, you don't need to hit often. Just go in and start blasting. And also go the wrong way once again. Now the sun card, on the other hand, we can use the sun card, and then what we can do is we can undo it like so. Now, is that better than the Emperor card? I would venture to say yes, it is. Because we're not having any problems with resistance anyway when it comes to us clearing these rooms. And the Emperor card really is there just to save us time and just let us close the deal with a run. And in this case, now we have a situation where we can see where we're going without having to worry about our survivability and just making essentially what is the same trip that we would have been making anyway, except slightly longer on the last level. That's last level, and that is it. We can always use the sun card to see where we're going, and then we can undo it as long as we have a charge on the glowing hourglass. And because we have Black Candle, we don't have to worry about any Curse of the Lost or anything like that. So this is what we say in the biz, muy bueno. This is kind of what I'm talking about. Like it really is no consequence to us to simply just know where we're going and blast, just one-shot every room essentially, rather than worrying about having to save ourselves from possible bad damage or something like that. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. But I have to check these chests because obviously we're looking for Guppy here. So we don't get the devil deal damage, but that's okay. All right, so we don't want to use the sun card and then use the glowing hourglass in there. What we want to do is we want to go back here and then use this because we don't want to take us back to the last floor, which would then exhaust all of our charges on the glowing hourglass. So we use the sun card, and we just got to go just in a straight line, basically, just north and then west. All right, then we undo it, get our sun card back, and we are off. We know that we can get into the boss trap room thanks to the sun card and seeing the position of the secret room. Yeah, really need to get another HP upgrade. I think we're good. Just kind of perusing right now. We know that there's a mini boss on this floor as well, which honestly is probably going to be what I'm guessing is going to be Super Pride. No. But every curse room that we go into and then come out of is 2 hearts that have been saved by flat file. My God. Whoa. Okay. I don't know why Pin started up there. There you go. Art imitating life. Pin has sent us on full tilt right now. What the heck, dude? He never starts up there. At least if he does, he doesn't usually jump straight at the door. That was very strange. Would have been better if I just stayed still at the entrance. My God. That's the value I was talking about with flat file, is just being able to simply undo any damage or just prevent any damage that we would have had done because of curse rooms alone. And we're just talking about the value that we're getting out of curse rooms, free curse rooms here in the late game. 2 shots, down she goes, no problem at all. We got enough money for old Hushy, but it's gonna be a long fight, and I don't think it's even worth it. Then we walk in, walk out, use the sun card, know exactly where we're going. We can see that there is a sack room shuffle here, but I don't think at this point, so with us being on Shoal, there's really no reason to even worry about that at this point. There's a double tinted rock in this room. You spot it? Looking right at it. Obviously, depending on the device that you're looking at, you won't be able to see it sometimes, depending on compression and everything. It is right here. If you look very carefully on the top left of this rock, the one that I'm running up against, the top left of this rock, the one I'm pointing to, this one right here, you will notice that there's a very, very dark, and it's a faded dark cross or an X on there on the top left side. Top left means double tinted rock. Bottom right means regular tinted rock in most cases, not all cases. Well, money has not been an issue at all. Here's another case where we're being saved by just a whole lot of damage here. Horf, luck down will take for damage. Range down will take for damage.
Range down.
Don't need to take that. Tears down, no. So now we're really pumping the damage. Got stuck on the statue. The block, whatever that was. Okay, let's stop doing this. Thank you. Drop a bomb here and then try to get a shot off blasting while in the Succubus aura. But this is kind of what I was talking about. It's just the annoyance factor of having to stay in her aura, which is generously sized. You just have to be careful because it just throws off your positioning by a whole lot. And is it the 2 Guppy curse? You bet your bottom dollar it is. Take Lusty Blood. Again, we have to clear at least one room here just to see where we need to go. Let's undo that. Let's try that again. There we go. So we're going to walk back in here, use the sun card, and we'll see that we were going in the absolute wrong way possible. But now we know, and that's the benefit of having this little combo here. So yes, it would have we could have gone directly to Lamb had we kept that Emperor card, but just think of how much time it would cost us on other floors that we didn't have the luxury of seeing the entire map with. I mean, we were just blasting. We're coasting through all of it. Getting another damage up. I'm down with that. Luck down. That's okay. So very good run, very solid run. It's always a lot of fun with Quad Stone. Succubus did her thing. You know, we had the combo of the Sun card and the Glowing Hourglass. And I mean, what more could you want? Fantastic run. Don't need a victory lap on that one. Super satisfying Saturday. Thank you for watching, everybody. What a fantastic job. I think this was a very, very critically strategical episode that we got to see some good mechanics come out. We really gamed how we needed stats there. We justified use of the D20 and bombing ourselves early on, and look what that led to. So that's what's so great about Isaac. You can do stuff like that and then come out a winner and you feel good about yourself. So thank you for watching, everyone. If you feel good about yourself too, or if you just want to support my channel, click the like button, leave a comment down below. It's the best way to support engagement here on YouTube. And thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. As always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Shay Dotan, Avery, and Raphael Lindemann. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Invicta.